Cutting these. That's my bucket of water. You want to slice on each side. Okay. Then after you peel them, once it's easy to peel, you're going to grate them on the grater, the hand grater. So right now I'm showing you my prep. I mind you wear clothes that your raggedy clothes, because you don't want to get your clothes stained with any of this stuff. Actually, when I start working with the achote, the anano oil, because I have this beautiful countertop, I ain't messing it up, even with these green bananas. I'm going to put a brown paper bag on top of my countertop. Let me take out my cutter, which I should have done before. And a good cook, I shouldn't say a good cook, but a neat cooker. If you're neat, you want to clear your cooking area as you go along. So in other words, once I put all these green bananas in here, take this garbage that's on the table off the table in the garbage can. So all this stuff, you clean up as you go. Don't be messy. Okay? So that is the green bananas in the pot. I'll put that on the side. With that gets off. This is your malanga, yautía. M-A-L-A-N-G-A. Okay? That's how you spell it. That's how it looks inside. So you're going to peel this. And they say as you peel these veggies, these are considered starchy veggies. Puerto Rican, Spanish, Mexican, Latino veggies. You're going to peel this. And you're going to, don't cut them in pieces because you'll be sorry. You can't grate them like that. Do not cut your stuff in pieces. It's easier to grate whole, a whole piece. You don't want to cut them in pieces. Now, if they're really big, if it's more comfortable for you to cut in half and grate it that way, fine. But don't cut them too small. You'll be sorry. Now, it's harder work grating by hand because it does take a toll on your hand, and you got to be careful you don't cut your fingers every time you grate and come close to the grater, which happens a lot. My hands are clean. That's why I'm not wearing gloves right now. When we were kids, we're still kids. When we were kids, we would, when we were kids, excuse my hair, early in the morning, my mom would have, we had 7 girls and 3 boys in this family, but half of us were born during that time, that we would sit down, especially the girls, the guys too, but more the girls. My sisters and I, we would sit down on the table, My mom would prep the stuff. Then when we were ready to grate and do whatever, I'm going to put this in a pot. My mother would, excuse me, she would prepare everything and then have us sit at a big table in the kitchen. We had a big table, of course, so many kids. And I'm going to put this in the other pot with bananas. I can put that one in there. Yeah, because you got to put these vegetables in a pot of water so they don't turn black while you're prepping. Because it'll turn on you, you know, the color on the outside. We don't want that. We want black coloring paste. Anyway, as I was saying, my mother would prep the stuff. And we would sit at the table. And we all had to wear, back then it was like the old diaper cloths. We used to, of course they were clean. We used to put them on as handkerchiefs on our head to wrap our hair. Because there was no way you was going to sit in the kitchen and prep food without having your hair wrapped, tied back, and covered with one of the handkerchiefs so that you don't get the hair into the food. That was law. My mother was very clean. So we would sit by the table and whoever could grate it, fine. But my mother, I think my mother graded most of it. She had everything ready. So one sister would have the duty of putting the leaf on the paper, Pastele paper. Back then it wasn't parchment, it was a different kind of paper. Same concept. She would put the banana leaf on there, pass it to the other sister. The other sister would put a teaspoon of the banana oil on the leaf and spread it in a circle. Then the next one would put paste, which is the dough. And the next one will put the meat, or one will put the dough and the meat, you know. And then my mother would make some of them with the hot chili pepper, fresh hot chili pepper in it for the adults. And then some of them would be just without the pepper. So one would put the dough with the meat, and my mother would add the chili pepper because we didn't want to touch it. We didn't want to get that on our hands and then cry later because we touched our mouth or our eyes. And then the other one would fold it. And then there was one who was in charge of tying them. So it was like a production line. But let me tell you, it was the best family time because we had each a job to do. And then my mother would cook the fresh batch. So we would have it for lunch or in between our little production line work. And let me tell you, Latinos, Latin, Puerto Rican, whoever you are, that's Latin culture, and even American culture, we all do something like that. It's the best when you get together with family and they learn how to cook your culture's recipe of cooking, you know. You teach your children, whether you're Irish, Italian, Spanish, Mexican, whatever. You are bonding. We need to do that more. Now, I want to show my son. I wanted to do this with my son, but this weekend he was busy because he got his motorcycle license. And Yay. And God bless you when you start writing in the summer. But he's a natural. Anyway, I'm going to stop this. I'm finishing peeling this up. I'm going to grate it. And then we will get back. But just prep your stuff. And as you do it, you clean up your counter space like I'm doing. I'm throwing it in the trash. I can't stand to have stuff all over the place. And I am going to grate on that side. Okay. Not this side. Not that side. Not even that side. This is the side you grate on. Now, if you want to do it in the blender where it makes it easier for you, just keep in mind, it'll come out creamy. Too creamy, I think. So, anyway, there's 2 recipes. One I send, and I send both recipes, but this one I'm using because it's less of veggie ingredient. And the other one has more items, starch items, which also comes out very, very good. So, I'm doing these videos to show my nieces and nephews and family. They know how to make this stuff. Shoot, if they don't, I'm going to knock them in the head after my mother taught them. My nieces and nephews don't know, so they'll learn. And maybe one day we can have family time with the aunties and the uncles, and we show all our nieces and nephews in one spot. Hands-on cooking. So I'm making pasteles, and I'm making arroz dulce, which is rice pudding, Spanish style. And then I'm going to make also dulce de coco, which is coconut candy nougat, the square ones, old school Spanish style. And I'm also going to make meat patties, Spanish style. Busy lady. So anyway, and this is for us here in the holidays, to have for the holidays, but also so that my son can take some home. He's a hardworking young man. And I will talk to you guys in the next video and show you the masa, the dough, and show you how I mix the stuff. And then the next step is preparing the pork meat for the masa, for the dough. All right. See you in a bit.